Now we begin the third part. The third part is the reference. So, in the whole space, if an object's point has no definition what that point is, because it can only have the certain meaning only when that point is relative to another point. So, this another point is called a reference object. Of the origin point. And no matter how large what the size of this reference project is, it can always expand front and back, left and right, and up and down in 3 directions. So this also composes of a 3-dimensional space. And this space is called the reference space. So this object also, it can also be like inside the object. This can be a reference point too. It doesn't matter. Every reference object has its reference space. And its reference space and times the combination, it consists of the reference coordinates. That it's got an object, it's got a space. And for each point in this reference space can use a relevant position. We can name R that represent the exact point in this space. And this R, it may have like 3 components in the rectangle coordinate system, like the XYZ. And the time of this reference can use the clocks or some other stuff to measure, and which is called T. So that in a certain reference, if the motion condition of an inside object, each part is exactly the same, we can use a random point of this object to represent and describe the motion of this object. Suppose these objects move evenly, each point has the exact motion. Then we can simplify this object into a simple point. And this, we may call it a particle. For example, if there was a small wooden piece that goes down gradually along the inclined face, then like even we draw this wood as a square or something or a volume, but we can actually deal with it as if it was a particle. In a normal case, if the objects, each part moves differently, then if our discussion scope is much larger than what the object is, suppose the object is very, very small, and we discuss it's moving a very large space. Suppose it was 1 centimeter, the object, but we are discussing it travel along 10 kilometers space. Then the differences between each part of this object can be ignored, so that the whole object can still be dealt with like a particle.